Frederick. He's in the starting lineup tonight for the Oilers as we come to you live from Enterprise Center with Adam Henrique winning the opening draw. St. Louis is on a 7-game slide right now, 0-5-2. A drive from the point, a save made by Jordan Binnington.
Instead of going into a city playing a strong road game, but yes, their home play has to pick up.
Here's Robert Thomas back in the lineup with a couple of wraparound efforts, and Calvin Pickard came up with a spectacular right pad save. He gave up 4 goals on 27. Here's Adam Henrique, hard to the hole, a save made by Binnington. The rebound eventually grabbed by Holloway, smacked out of midair by Bouchard, briefly held in and then guided out by Justin Folk. Slapped at by Sundqvist. Here's Holloway, whose season was ended prematurely last year with shoulder surgery. He was having a heck of a year. It's a smart play by Frederick. Got a live hop into the slot. They swept the season series a year ago. Connor Brown had not one but 2 game winners for the Oilers in the 3 wins. A dump in off Snuggerud, a beautiful pass. Thomas had a redirect by Bushnievich, stopped point blank by Pickard. Rebound taken by Jack Roslovic, sent it up the boards. Draisaitl able to lunge, collect. St. Louis, McDavid to Nugent Hopkins. His shot dropped at the feet of Binnington and is carved out there by Joseph, who's successfully able to wedge that up in the general direction of Bukestad. Rifled on that by Ekholm, and Binnington kind of picked that one up late. He was deep in his net, knocked it down. Here's Philip Broberg scampering in with a wrist shot from distance. A blocker save made by Pickard, 6'5".
He still does get in the way of a lot of pucks, though, doesn't he? They just seem to hit him.
Here's a shot by Bukestad and a save made by Pickard. Leaves it for Matthew Kessel. Now Holloway. Wheels it around. Joseph back behind for Holloway. Inside to Joseph, a drive and a save made.
Well, when you have the mentality you're going to be on the road, it's just next game up. You really do get into a rhythm and you just start to replenish, get ready for the next game, and that's the busy schedule for everybody.
Kyrou has shot off the rush that's handled. Players on both sides trying to find some pace and flow to this game. Draisaitl inside. Roslovic a shot and a glove save made by Binnington.
He'll be back on that bench and on this side.
What's the last thing that may come around for him, Louis, in your opinion?
It's going to be the touch, the feel on the puck.
Boy, sitting back door was Frederick.
Was he ever?
Here's Ekholm dishing. Savoy shooting and a save made by Jordan Binnington, and now the touch up by Bukestad. Power play brought to you by Play Alberta. The Oilers red hot. Nugent Hopkins, McDavid in front, and it's slammed home. 1-0 Edmonton. Back-to-back games with a power play goal for Jack Roslovic.
And the league's best power play continues to be red hot. For Roslovic, his fine play has gotten him elevated, not in minutes, he also in power play time. On the first unit here, filling in, and bang, he puts this one upstairs. Great hands inside. Little push off from Broberg to separate. That's important. You got to give yourself a little bit of space. As soon as McDavid looks up and sees him
low, you kind of drain their reserves a little bit, and they start thinking this isn't going to be our night either.
And respectively for Edmonton, 5-on-5 too.
Hughes Suter working with Kyrou in the corner, spinning and tucking it down low for Chen is Fowler. Kyrou in front, and Suter did not get clean contact on that puck. Parayko able to manage a clear. Thomas gives way. Bushnievich sets up. Broberg denied by Pickard, who pushed out to cut off the angle and got it with a right pad. Thomas. Parayko a blast. That was blocked. That was a 90-mile-an-hour heater that was eaten. Here's McDavid to Nugent Hopkins. Mangiapane shoots and scores. And Edmonton counters off the rush to take a 2-0 lead. Mangiapane with his 4th.
Big goal for Mangiapane. Back and forth affair here, and the St. Louis Blues have the better looks here early in this second period. Blocker saved by Pickard, comes way out to cut the angle down. After eating a Parayko clapper, it's Mangiapane is the recipient of this pass off the rush.
Matthew Kessel tied up. Turned over. Oh, Lazar looked like he was high stick. No penalty was called. Lazar wondering why. Noah Philp battling. Drive from the point. It's Ian Kulak defend that side. Fowler calling for it. One-timer showing, now shooting is Holloway. And it's on to Phil. Curtis Lazar unable to get through Broberg. Phil, beautiful pass and a save on Podkolzin. Rebound, Phil shoots, and a sprawling Binnington able to get a piece, and then Podkolzin wires one wide.
As Bouchard kind of sidesteps out of that freight train.
Kyrou to Fowler, and another good save by Pickard. The rebound stopped in front by Ekholm.
Brayden Schenn does, and that's why the faceoffs won in this puck. Great save. The first one fought off by Pickard, and then the second opportunity was Schenn right there in the slot. He gets a real good whack at this one.
In a baseball town, first and foremost. Savoy on to Connor McDavid. Hits the trailer, Nurse fires, and a save made by Jordan Binnington. Suter turned it over. Ekholm on to Draisaitl. Middle of the ice, Bouchard. Vasily Podkolzin heading for the net, shooting, and a save. Binnington, the rebound, a live hop. We bring you back with the St. Louis Blues on their second power play of the evening. Having obviously failed to convert their first, plus they've given up a power play goal. Here's a dish and a one-timer belted up high by Dvorsky. Dalibor Dvorsky with his first goal in the National Hockey League, and the Blues trimming to 2-1.
With Thomas coming back, could have easily been a healthy scratch, but no, he wasn't. It was Nathan Walker that was taken out of the lineup, and here he is on the power play and rips this one home. Good pass by Falk, puts it right in that spot. That's from a sharp angle, similar
by Jake Wallman to work it up the right-hand side for Frederick. He'll gain the line. Feather in front, and a good save made by Jordan Binnington. Heck of a play by Frederick.
Curtis Lazar drives himself to that. Here's the good second effort by Wallman. They've been hemmed in for a while, have to get that puck out, and then it's Frederick that reads that, gets up the ice quickly, and threads this one through hard. And that's the key. It has to be hard.
Parayko. Thomas to Broberg, who activates in over the line. Putting the brakes on Snuggerud inside, and a one-timer belted wide rebound. Thomas banked it off Pickard and into the net, and the Blues tie it.
St. Louis Blues, and has made his presence felt in this one. After all that time in the zone, great chance for Mangiapane on the redirection. The Blues come back swinging. It's the one-timer by Broberg. Snuggerud's had a strong game. Spin, pass, finds the one-timer for Broberg. Hard Karam off the back wall to Thomas, who stops. That's the key. Stop.
Against Chicago, and boy, did he need that. Left the Oilers with points in 7 of their last 8 games coming in. Another tight one tonight. Mangiapane spins up top, wide open Nurse. McDavid. One-timer, wide, rebound, Nugent Hopkins, and he had Binnington.
Good movement around the zone, the blast again. Just that one-timer, hard Karam, and you're going to see this go off the post, and then the big skate of Colton Parayko takes it away. Binnington tried to get back, but that was a gaping net.
Stepping up, shooting at Schenn, off the side of the net. Portion of the crowd thought it was in. Schenn back on the rebound, off the side of the net, and again, and missing an open net was Suter. He kissed the crossbar, and it sails out of play. Hesitation move by Suter. He's been frustrated by Pickard all night. Also hit a crossbar. Here's a dish by Schenn, clubbed on net. Parayko, rebound, score in front. 3-2 St. Louis. And finally, Suter makes good on a chance.
Shot rebound. I thought Schenn could have wrapped this puck around when he gets it here. Pickard's down and out on the other side, and he just is looking for that pass in the slot. I think it was Kyrou who was tied up the first time, but it's the shot from the blue line. Get to the front of the net, you're going to see Hugh Suter get the inside track, and right here, this puck sits there for a split second, not picked up. Stick isn't lifted, body isn't taken. He's able to dig that out and shove it home.
Draisaitl won the draw. Bouchard across, bouncing puck. Wallman couldn't contain. Flicked it off the linesman. Bjugstad with one last clear. And the St. Louis Blues have snapped their 7-game losing streak. They come from behind and defeat the Edmonton Oilers by a score of 3-2.